The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Hi, my name is Leo Connors and welcome to The Ring and All Other Sports. Tonight, I got a very special guest making his return to The Ring and All Other Sports, pro wrestler Brandino Davis.
What's going on, brother? What's going on?
Nothing much, man. Listen, shaka bra.
Shaka bra. Keep it all day, every day. That's how the lifestyle means. Living life, keeping it peace, bro.
Nice. So you know who told me to say that?
Of course.
All right. B.I.G. Thanks, Brett. All right, listen, I told you this before, off air. You are one of the guys that I've noticed is booked almost by everybody.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It is. It's actually a blessing. And it's kind of like a blessing. And I kind of want to be kind of greedy because I want more.
Right.
Because I want to expand everywhere. I want to show where Lynn is and representing Lynn.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
But I love what I'm doing right now.
Excellent.
I'm like booked mostly every other week. I want to be consistently every week.
Right. Nice. All right. Listen, I'm saying that when you start talking about being booked like that, there's a certain question I wanted to ask you in here.
Go ahead.
All right. What is, let me see, here it is. Have him explain how a steak should be cooked.
Oh.
That wasn't the one. I'm still looking for it. So dead air is not good.
Oh, good. Because there's a certain rep that we went to, Applebee's because the classic 2 for $20. It's a great deal. You get dinner, then you have leftovers for dinner for tomorrow.
Nice.
Best thing you ever have.
All right.
Even special half off. I should be sponsored. So
there you go.
So
what's it like wrestling in Maine?
It's kind of like a weird little atmosphere because you see a lot of people coming from like Jersey and New York, Mass, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and they just come up there because when the pandemic happened, there was a restriction, but not as much as Massachusetts and the bottom areas. So we started doing shows like The Road and like
Vacation Land Cup.
Vacation Land and stuff like that, and started to network from there because we're still a bunch of group of people who want to show their art. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
So it was kind of a blessing when it wasn't as restricted as, Mass, because you couldn't even have like 10 people.
Right.
But having, a small audience, it's not as, it's great, but it's still a blessing.
Right.
To have at least a crowd to hear it. But it's kind of great. Like I said, I want to expand. I want to go to New York, New Jersey, the South, Midwest.
Right.
I want to go even past Nova Scotia. I want to go to like Toronto,
Nice.
everywhere.
Yep. That's awesome. And I want to ask you about this. How did you get booked for big time wrestling?
Funny story. So I was at the Belltime Club, and it was Bo, Danny Miles, Benny Jux, and Brian Privatera. Yeah. They were looking at Brian Privatera. I walked in late, unfortunately as usual. But
he was late today.
Today. Even at work. I walked in, Steve
Perkins.
No, yeah, I didn't want to say, so many Steves in wrestling.
Right.
Steve Perkins came in and saw me. He's like, oh, let me see what he did. And I did, and I got booked in Lynn. And it was actually the kind of like a great thing because no one knows me because I'm like really like a quiet person. So when people saw like, oh, he's wrestling in Lynn, I think it was like almost like 600 in the St. Michael's.
Right.
And I had a match with, it was a 6-way tag with me and Cousin Larry. And I think Larry was just throwing candy at people because it was near Halloween.
Yeah.
But you know how Cousin Larry is.
Yeah. I do.
Of course. Just
Larry's the man.
He is. He's a good fella. He helps out in the beginning and stuff like that.
Now you worked for Larry too.
Of course I worked for Larry.
Many times, I'm sure.
Beginning, started when that's how I started.
Right.
Going to like Buxton and Dexter and doing shows for like bar shows and like Skowhegan Fair and stuff like that. And then I started expanding and stuff like that. So I'm pretty excited.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right, let's go back to fan questions. Ryan Whittier wants to know, here's one. What advice would you give someone that's thinking about training to become a pro wrestler?
Your priorities should be wrestling, family, then whatever you have, your pastime is the third thing.
Right.
The first always has to be wrestling, and a lot of people in the wrestling world who starts going to it don't understand it until midway. Like I started it like maybe 5 years in.
Right.
Because this is my almost 10th year, but I'll say 7 because I got into 2 car accidents, if you remember.
Right, you had some time off.
Yeah. So you realize that because you want to build your own character, because you can't think about like your girlfriend over here, but you want to think about what your next level for your character for wrestling is.
Right.
Or I want to spend time with my friends, but I want to get booked and be known.
Right.
It's like networking. It's like saying like watching Spider-Man, or like when Uncle Ben before he dies with great power comes with great responsibilities.
Right.
Just like that in wrestling.
It's a good way
Train.
to put that. Yeah.
Because everyone thinks like just jumping in the ring, everyone knows what they're talking about, but unfortunately, and you probably had a conversation with some few people, it doesn't work like that because you have to nitpick.
Right.
And you have to do psychology, and you have to do like, why did you do this? And if you did that, why doesn't it make sense for people didn't realize what's going on? Because you're not only looking the character, you have to sell to the people, you have to look the sympathy if you're getting beaten by like the heel. You have to realize what's the next move all in a millisecond.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't get that until, like I said, like 5 to 6 years in.
Right.
And it starts building and stuff like that. So
Excellent advice. Thanks, Ryan. David Baker.
boy.
Sorry. I'm going to do it to you because I'm not a Seahawks fan.
I know.
Why are the Seahawks the worst team in history? I don't agree with that at all.
I don't agree with that
At
at
all.
all.
No.
I mean,
Not at all.
why are you
Because
the worst
Russell
Baker of
Wilson's-
all? I mean,
I'd like to have Russell Wilson as my
no,
quarterback.
I do too. I like to have a quarterback who doesn't whine and complain
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah.
It's like
can run, can throw.
It's like a domestic abuse when it comes to his quarterback, and you'd be like, oh, is he going to join? Is he going to have an extension? Is he going to actually make the playoff? Oh, he's going to screw up the championship. Oh, I'm sorry, my quarterback's 5'11".
All right, David, I asked the question. Robert Demore, you know Robert.
Yep.
Great guy.
Yep.
Who was your favorite wrestler back in the day?
Back in the day,
And then he wants to know mine after.
back in the day, a lot of people didn't realize like of course it was The Rock, but it was really D'Lo Brown.
Really?
Yes,
That's interesting.
Because the way he used to walk,
Yeah.
I'm super hyper, so you can't just walk straight. He was everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And he was a big guy, but
Yeah.
he was mobile.
Right.
Uh,
Chest protector, D-Lo?
oh,
Right?
I wish I had a chest protector now. Jesus. Getting punched by my mom. What are you doing?
Anybody else that comes to your mind right off the bat like that people might not understand?
True Coat Scorpio.
Wow.
I met him actually at
I
a
met
big
him
time
too.
show.
He's awesome, dude.
Great guy. Taught me a lot in the beginning. Who else? My first ever match was at Revere,
Yeah.
and it was the mass transit. I was 6 years old, and I seen the whole thing. So imagine just a skinny little big-headed, Jack Daddy, all cheering for his first thing. I'm at the dark side of the ring.
Yeah, yep.
You could see a blur of me in the background
Really?
with it. You know where the red light is back?
Yeah,
where the
yeah,
shit-
yeah.
I'm right here because my dad's piggybacking riding me, and I'm seeing it, and I'm like, oh, what's this? And he just looks at me. He's like, don't ever tell your mom. So
yeah.
I didn't realize I was showing her like this, like probably like a few months ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, funny story. Remember that my birthday gift? You saw me like, yeah, that WWE show. It wasn't WWE, it was ECW. And it was this match right here. She was like, what? Like,
That's awesome,
it
though.
was, man.
That was Rich Palladino's first night working for ECW. He was sitting ringside.
ringside. And I was talking to Chris Hammock actually 2 days ago about it. He was like, yeah, I was there. He was like,
Yeah,
do you remember
Hammock
that massacre? I was like, yeah, that's how I'm used to watching horror movies.
Where did you work with Hammer recently?
Vacation Land.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know he
was
came
there.
up. That's
yeah,
awesome.
I met him when I was in the IWE a while ago too.
Dude, he had that bump in the early 2000s, man, straight through the ropes. Incredible bump.
Oh God, he can't bump. Even for his age, he could still bump.
Right. Robert, real quick, Jimmy Snuka, Magnificent Morocco, Roddy Piper, Bruno was probably my first big favorite. Pedro Morales. There's so many, man. We could sit here and just talk about wrestlers we like all day, because I like D-Lo too. I used to love how you did that.
I still have his music. Sometimes when I like my workout music is Danger at the Door.
Right.
And I don't care. It's just great.
Awesome. All right. Jason Stewart. Ask him if he ever wonders where his career could be if he hadn't taken such a long time off. But you were in car accidents.
I was in a car accident, and it was just a weird phenomenon. I was in a car accident the first time going to work in Boston, and I was in Peabody. Some girl smashed into my back of my car, like going 50 at Summit Street, that little street that goes up and down.
Yep.
Smashed, jammed my neck jammed on in a weird angle that just had 4 herniated discs on my neck. So I was out there till then. Got back April 7th when I was gonna go back for Big Time, because Big Time was in Lynn.
Okay.
Coming from work from Salem, guy was on Snapchat, T-bones me.
I think I remember that one.
Yeah, T-bones me. Bought a brand new car for 3 months ago. T-bones it, caves in. Had another hernia, in 3 on my neck and 2 on my back. Then my mom had cancer, and I was the only one who was taking care of her.
Right.
And where I was at, now that would have happened, I would be everywhere.
Right.
I wouldn't.
You're almost everywhere now, so keep going.
But I should have been it should have been in my 30, 31. And I'm more mature now, and not like a stupid 20-year-old. I actually like my 30s.
Right.
And I think back then when I started, people were like, oh, you got to try to make it before you're 30. But I see a lot of wrestlers who's in their 40s.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I have a chance, but my dream goal is to go to New Japan.
Nice.
I always wanted to go to Japan because not just their art style, the history. I'm huge in anime. I'm a video gamer. Right. I'm a huge nerd. So I watched a lot of things I used to watch. I was like New Japan Wrestling, Tiger Max and Kid Pegasus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I used to watch anime when Tiger Mask had an anime.
Yeah, right. They had a little show. Yeah, isn't that where Tiger Mask originated from? Like comic books or something like that? In anime?
It was hit wrestling, then anime.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
And
that's really cool.
It was, and even even video games copy him. Like King from Tekken is the same thing as Tiger Mask.
Right.
The cultures, the art style, I love everything about it. I always wanted to go to Japan.
Well, good luck, man. I hope you get there.
I hope so too.
Proving Grounds, Todd Graham.
Oh boy.
Ask him about the Chris Blackheart, Kenny Nessel fried chicken story from PZW. But first, did you say that on here already before?
I did, but he wants me to repeat it again because he loves the story.
It's up to you.
No. I'll do him that favor because I want him to, book me again.
Todd, book him, will you? He's answering your question.
Yeah, Jesus. So this was before I started training, and I was still in college. We had a show. It was his PCW Project Zero, and I was working someone. Kenny had a bucket of chicken from Crowns, and I'm walking in because Kenny forgot to throw it away. I'm coming back for the next show. Blackheart just opens the door. It's like, you! I'm like, what? What did I do? He's like, you had the fried chicken! I'm like, no, I didn't. And while Kenny's laughing in the background, I just looked at him like, this is such an awkward moment I've ever had in my life. I'm like, I didn't have fried chicken. He's like, well, you usually have it. I'm like, no, I'm on a diet since I play college football. I have to eat I had to eat under maybe 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day.
Yeah.
Because I had to be built from 325. So I couldn't eat not a lot of greasy foods. That was that awkward day. Yeah. So you're welcome.
Jeff Keith wants to know, what's your choice of music?
Everything. I do not care about what genre. I'm not a fan of new hip hop.
Yeah.
Because if you listen to it, it's just talking about taking uppers and downers at the same time, and it's not the same thing. When I grew up from Tupac and Mos Def and Tyler Kweli, then I listened to rock, so I listened to Korn, Incubus, Slipknot, Pantera. Then I listen to hip hop beats and stuff like that, just to relax. Not a lot of country, but when I don't have service in Maine, I have no choice.
All right. I got a few more fan questions here.
Go ahead.
Joey Kilmartin wants to know,
What the hell?
what does he love about Maine wrestling? That was the
first question.
Yeah,
so you're done.
now he has another one though.
God damn it.
Unfortunately for you, I'm just kidding, Joey.
Yeah.
I love Joey. Where would you like to branch out to? You had kind of answered that
I was
already
talking
too.
about it. The South, Midwest. Like I said, I want to travel everywhere to know each style
Yeah.
and better my craft.
All right. And that pretty much takes care of the long-term goals because that's what, right? Is that a
Yeah,
long-term
that's
goal?
it,
You
that's
also said New Japan.
Yeah.
All right. So can you speak? I like Joey. Great question. Can you speak on your early days at the Belltown Club?
The early days at the Belltown Club was Jason Rumble, DC Dillinger, Pat Dillon, Slug, Joey, me, Dan Terry, and Mullet. Just wrestling. So the first time I walked in, it was in the back of Ferry Street, and it felt like. Have you ever seen those like old school like gyms, but it's like a gym and an apartment at the same time?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It was just like that, and I felt kind of homely. I liked it a lot. It was a sweat box. First bump I did, it was very tough because it was the small. Jay's ring was like really
Right. Oh, no, I remember that ring.
So it was different. It was like a lot of people that like was the same. It was like wrestling, but like you had people who were gay, trans, lesbians, everyone else that just knew we're here for wrestling and didn't really care.
Yep.
So I liked that, and a lot of people didn't know that I was a gamer or a nerd, and they actually told me to open up my horizon. So I'm like, oh, I'm just be a jock. So it's because it's easy.
Right.
I was a jock all my life, but people don't know I'm a huge nerd. So the new character I'm doing now is just me. I love it. I could just be me because without those guys like DC, Jay, Bo, Mike McCarthy, Demon Ortiz.
Benny. Was Benny there?
Benny was there before. Like he helped me up a little bit, but before I was in the accident, I had a BMRA. Okay. So I'll say like a good 6 months.
Right.
But he helped me out during like the Whaler roads and stuff like that further out, like out of out of state, like through the tri-state area. So
nice. What did the late great DC Dillinger like mean to you? Like being I didn't know that he helped train you.
First time I met him, he had this weird look. He's like, "Hey kid," I was like, "Yeah." Like, "You play football?" I was like, "Yeah." Like, "What do you think of the Bills?" I'm like, "The early '80 ones are really great." He was like, "I respect you."
He's a huge Bills fan.
I know. So I passed that one test. He was like, "What's your favorite show?" I was like, "I don't know, the Boondocks." Wrong. It's Rifleman. I'm like, "All right, cool." He was like, "I like you, kid. You have potential." So every single time I was with him, he took me with him as his little lackey.
Yeah, that's all right.
So no, it was perfectly
Yeah.
all right. So after practice, he used to take me to his house and show me like how to do things differently and stuff like that, and help me up like still with my like the mic skills and how to approach things of being big. And that's why I named myself the Jack Daddy, because his is the daddy cap.
Right.
So I wanted to take daddy from that.
Nice.
And Jack, it's actually funny. This is my nerd side. I love Nightmare Before Christmas. Like, love Nightmare Before Christmas.
Right.
Like, I actually did a clay animation for college of like Jack going into the door, falling into the area of like Christmas Town.
Yep.
So I did that, and I like it.
Nice. So you must have gone to DC's Christmas parties. I heard they're legendary. Hey, I gotta just bring this up for 1 second, right?
Go ahead.
George Carroll, you know
Yes.
George, right? Congratulations, man.
Congrats, brother. You deserve
NXT, you
every
deserve it, buddy.
single thing that you earn, bro.
The two
Congrats.
hottest workers, we both know them. George Carroll and Dante Luna,
Of course.
right?
Those two.
Congrats, man.
That's what the definition of sacrificing for the business.
Yeah, what you said earlier, exactly. Not living with his family right now. I think what him and J-Rock went down to Florida.
Yeah.
His son, yeah. All right, Robert Demore's back. Ask him who was his favorite wrestler when you lived in Lynn. I don't know if he means like when you were little, or did you know any wrestler from Lynn that you loved?
No, but I did not know that A-Train's mom was a teacher at Tech.
Really?
Yes. So that was pretty interesting. I didn't know a lot of Lynn wrestlers.
Right.
But I knew my first, like I said, Lynn match was big time, and it was Samoa Joe.
Wow.
It was Samoa Joe, Jay Lethal, Abyss, when he had that tables match at the Armory.
Right.
And before the fire, I still had the table of him, like, just Samoa Joe smearing Abyss's face as an autograph. I still had that thing, like, right there before the fire. So it was kind of monumental for me.
Right. So. Excellent. I'm a huge Samoa Joe fan who I got to meet many, many times and was always, I used to see him at the catering jobs I did.
Uh-huh.
Joe, he came through 3 or 4 times.
Joe's good people.
Definitely.
I met him as a fan. He was cool.
Yeah.
Like, even took a selfie while he was like throwing Abyss into the guardrail.
Yeah, he was amazing. Every time he'd see something, I'm sure he did this with other caterers too. He'd come right in, shake your hand. Great guy.
Yeah.
What made you get into wrestling?
I always loved wrestling. My best friend who named me Brandino Davis, Michael Zaba, who passed away 12 years ago, named me that because I always loved wrestling, but I wanted to go to college. So we made a promise, and that's how I met Todd Graham, because they were mutual friends, and he's like, because we used to watch Raw every Monday at his house, like since I was 3 years old, from like when he was like 22.
Right.
He was like a huge stepping stone for that. I'm like, oh, let me just start doing wrestling, and I started loving it because you play football for a while, it's a different beast.
Right.
You want to kill the guy, you know what I mean? When wrestling, you want to show art.
Yep.
And I like that about wrestling. And I just wanted to do it, and that's how I got to know Todd Graham with Project Zero, then Jose Perez, and I knew Jason, and I loved it ever since.
Nice. All right. Kenny Nestle's brother Adams comes in with a question.
Okay.
What do you think your biggest weakness is?
My weakness is my talking, and I'm trying to adapt to that. So I'll say twice a day I'll do a quick promo on the like a mirror or staring at it, because like my eyes wander.
Yep.
And I mumble, so it's like a double-bladed sword. So I have to find like that medium.
Right.
So that's my weakness, and getting my cardio back, because I was a big guy, but I had like hypertension.
Okay.
Like a high risk or something like that. It's hereditary. So I wasn't used to like the blood pressure going up and down, so I was out of breath. So I'm starting to get that back into things, and doing diet and stuff like that. I have a 2,000 calorie salt intake. I don't do carbs like that. I only do carbs probably twice a week. Fruits, potassium up the yin yang, and try to do the keto diet and stuff like that. So far, pretty good.
And so you just answered this next part, because he just says, what steps are you going to take to make that weakness a strength? You just answered that. That's great. And then he says, and I'm going to say this, but I'm not going to say it maybe as nice as he's going to say it. He says, I miss your face.
Miss your face, bro. Hope your family's well. Except Kenny, because he owes me about that bucket of chicken. You jerk.
Well, yeah. I can't believe he didn't step up and say it was me.
Nope. He was.
See, I've never met Kenny yet. I'm not impressed, Kenny.
He's the baby lanky brother that's just too tall for no reason. And he's in the corner, like you ever see like that, like those little wily racers?
Yep.
With the sneers, like me, and he just sit like laughing. I'm looking at him like, oh, you jerk. He's not even making a sound. So yeah, you deserve everything.
All right. I've been trying to do a couple of different things on the show. I got this thing called Pick 3, right?
Yep.
You pick one of these 3. It's either music, television, or movies.
Okay.
So which one? Music, television, or movies?
Movies.
All right. What's your favorite movie?
My favorite movie has to be Nightmare Before Christmas and Toxic Avenger.
All right.
One.
Favorite franchise of movies? Because there's so many, dude.
Right now, it has to be Marvel, because the Disney Pluses, I've been a diehard fan.
Yeah.
It's not like I started watching WandaVision. I was like, all right, episode 3 is getting catchy. Then everything was like, oh, I wasn't expecting this.
Right.
Then I saw Winter Soldier and Falcon. It was great. Then I saw the last 2 episodes of Loki, which is phenomenal.
All right. Awesome. Can you give me a must-see movie?
A must-see movie, I have to say, right now, I want to see is the new Eternals and Black Widow.
All right. See, we buzzed through that. We might as well do the other 2. Why not? Right?
What
How about TV? What's your favorite show?
My favorite show has to be a lot. It kind of varies because if I watch like TV sitcoms, Brooklyn Nine-Nine and Always Sunny in Philadelphia and Trailer Park Boys. Then when
Those are all great.
They're always great. Like if it wasn't for the boys in Canada, tell me about Trailer Park Boys, and tell me like you just have to watch it.
Right.
I would never fell in love and watch 12 seasons in
Bubbles,
like a
man.
week.
Bubbles is the man.
J-Rock is my idol.
That's awesome. All right. How about give me an actor from like a TV show?
An actor from a TV show right now is doing pretty good. Remember, I forgot his name, but I liked him when he did Happy, but he was in.
Oh, on Sons of Anarchy.
No.
Oh.
He did NCI.
Chris Maloney.
Yes.
I saw that.
I
That
was
Happy
so-
show was weird, dude.
It's weird,
liked it.
but I really did like it too. But I was so mad I didn't do a third season because
Yeah,
like the comic
me
book,
too.
it gets more wilder. So I was like, But I'm glad he's back for,
Yeah, no, I've been watching his new show. What? Law and Order Organized Crime. I'm watching it. That's awesome. All right, what's a must-see series? I'll tell you mine real quick. Like a Breaking Bad was mine. I told
Bad was
everybody to see
The
that show.
Sleeper, I was surprised watching. It's on Netflix. It's Castlevania.
Well, I haven't seen that yet.
It's like an animated cartoon. It's
Okay.
about the game Castlevania.
Yep.
So they're doing storylines of the whole game,
All right.
but it's like straight violence.
Wow.
It's great. That and Whatever Happened on Monday.
Okay.
That was a movie on Netflix also with overpopulation in the world. A person had like 7 kids, but they all were like identical.
Right.
So they named them Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
Because if you have more than one kid, they'll kill them all. So they used to change it and have like meetings and stuff like that.
Oh, I got to check the show out.
it's
I got
good.
Netflix, so yeah. All right. And the last one would be music. What's your favorite song?
My favorite group is The Roots.
Okay.
Run the Jewels. And Tyler Quali. Like I love a lot of underground hip hop.
Okay. So you said that you just named 2, the song and the band. What's been your favorite concert or the best concert you've ever seen?
I used to work at the Palladium, so this is a very much.
I'm going there in November.
Are you going to Rock?
I'm going Blue October in November.
Oh, you're going to
Yeah.
October? I was going to go to Rock and Shock House just to see half the people I used to work at.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I was like, But my favorite show had to be the Snoop Dogg. Working had to be the Snoop Dogg concert.
Okay.
It was the funniest thing. I have to tell you a story.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's a Snoop Dogg concert.
Right.
People are going to smoke.
All day.
So we're in Hartford, and because they own the Webster Theater also.
Yeah.
So we're in Hartford. I'm in the backstage. I'm here in Milwaukee. Someone's smoking. And my boss is like, it's a goddamn Snoop Dogg concert. We'll do this one day. Leave me alone. This is a stupid conversation.
Yep.
Hangs up. So I'm in the back where Snoop Dogg's bus is. So there's a street and like the back row is like a little driveway is over here. I had these 2 women pull up to me in Hartford, Connecticut. It was these 2 black women. And they were like, excuse me. I was like, yes, can I help you? What's the ratio? The hell you mean ratio?
I know. Women to men.
No.
No?
Black and white.
Oh!
So I'm sitting there, I'm like,
Wow.
it's a Snoop Dogg concert, right? In Hartford, Connecticut.
Right.
Where there's a college party and it's Snoop Dogg. I think it's a mixture. It's like a swirl.
Right.
Get out of my sight. That's exactly what I said.
That's a riot, though, that they actually. I would have never thought that. I would have immediately
just
thought
sat
of
there.
women to men. I would
I
have
was like, what?
That's awesome. All right. I got some little funny things we're going to try. Hello. It's a would you rather?
Okay.
Would you rather be married to a 10 with a bad personality or a 6 with an amazing personality?
I would say a 6 with a great personality because looks can be so far, and it's called age, and it's plummeted. I mean, like people with plastic surgery are gonna look like dried out bags of balloons, and I'd rather have a girl who's natural.
Yep.
Doesn't really worry about the way she actually looks. It's just kind of harder because, let's face it, we're simple. We just want like a few things, like loyalty, less stress, and attention. Like that's really what we want.
Yep.
And a lot of people think we're like want like 80 of things, but that's what I want. That's just me.
Nice. I agree, though, 100%.
Yeah.
The personality is way better than the looks.
Yeah.
You know?
Because someone's 10 could be someone's 1.
That's right. Would you rather have all traffic lights you approach be green or never, ever have to stand in line?
Damn. That's tricky. Never have to stand in line.
That's a pretty good one. It really is.
I have to do never have to stand in line because sometimes you have to have those people who like get something, then get scratch tickets, then gets the lottery. Then they're like, I have a lucky number. You want us to sit there and just want to throw like a popsicle?
Yeah, no, I
brick
go
at
to
their head?
I live right up the street from a 7-Eleven.
Yep.
And they packed, man. They're always busy. I'm always standing in line. But having all the green lights, you really couldn't go wrong picking either one of those.
Just hit the back roads, no lights.
Would you rather be able to see 10 minutes into your future or 10 minutes into the future of anyone but yourself?
Oh, myself.
Right.
What? What?
Yep. That I took them offline.
Well, whoever did that one? That one's stupid.
No, it was me.
No, not took it, but like made it.
I know. I'm just joking. Listen, we're gonna play the name game, but I have to bring up two guys that don't really get mentioned here that very often. And I heard they had a great big weekend at Test of Strength yesterday.
Okay.
Elijah Six and Sammy Diaz.
Congratulations. You deserve it.
That's what I've been seeing everywhere. And I've seen matches. They're very talented.
They're great workers. They don't go out everywhere. They're great workers. So you hear that. You guys are great workers.
All right.
So.
Congrats, guys. Next name, Randy Carver Jr. I wanted to bring him up earlier when we were talking. Yeah.
The man. The best way to say he of a promoter to him, he's a fan also.
Right.
So he knows what the fan wants and what he wants.
Right.
And it shows with the road, Limitless, and the volume of people that he has.
Yeah.
He's a great dude. He will support you no matter what. And we need a lot of promoters that you hear from the previous people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like Pat Dillon and all them, they're good people. And the people like you've been on the TV that like been here, they're great people. But I'm saying the other people that's been on or been around the area, there's just not a good taste.
Yeah.
And set a bad taste for people for wrestling. So
nice. Yeah, and Randy's so young. Still, I mean, very impressive young promoter. Now I'm going to go through some guys you wrestled.
Okay.
Trayvon Johnson. You just had a match with him not that long ago.
Trayvon Johnson.
It was in Maine.
This week?
Yes.
No show.
He didn't show up?
He didn't show up. He wasn't ready for it.
All right. B.A. Tatum. I know you wrestled him.
It's like Apollo and Rocky.
Right.
Every single time we just like, I was just beat the piss out of each other.
Nice.
And it's not like a no hard feelings, it's a mutual respect.
Right.
So.
Before I say the next, who do you have the best chemistry with? You can throw a few guys out there if you want. I'm just curious.
B.A.
Yeah.
Alec.
Yeah.
Brett. Malik. Blade Bandit. And a few others.
Nice. All right. How about you just brought a couple of them up. Let's talk about Alec Price real quick.
He's a sleeper and he needs to be booked everywhere else.
Yes.
Because he's one of the Beltane clubs. And like I said, people doubted the Beltane club. Like I said before, we're like the toys, like the Misfits toys.
Okay.
Everyone wants to play them, but don't want to like tell people they want to play them. So I like to be in that group.
All right. B.I.G.
B.I.G. is a sleeper.
Brett Ryan Gosling.
I wish he can grow some facial hair though.
Yeah, he can't, huh?
I still have his shirt I took a while ago. I'm not giving it back.
Hey, you got to admit though, right? You follow hockey, right?
Yeah.
There's Canadians, man.
It is hurting.
I did not expect them to be where they were. He probably is the only Canadian fan I know that I talk to, because I don't like Canadian fans. But he's a good guy.
Well, I mean, Boston, we're not special either.
We weren't this year.
I mean, like, no,
That's
I mean,
for sure.
I'm talking about fan wise. We're not
you didn't
special.
wanna go there.
I went to Fenway, and I was there when that guy was stacking the pieces, and the guy looked. It was like a grumpy cat about to tip something over, and I'm just seeing him like he's really gonna do this. No, he's like, like, dude, no need.
Right. There was absolutely no need for that. All right. How about another young kid who's pretty impressive, has been on the show and is coming back with his dad, AJ Phoenix.
I had fun with him.
Kid can work, man.
Yeah, like I told him earlier when I worked him at Shop and Wrestle, travel, because you're gonna have good matches, you're gonna have bad matches, but you have to adapt. And he's one of the sleepers too.
Right.
So he has a good chip on his shoulder also.
All right. Another kid's great. He's been on the show twice. Shannon Thomas, the natural.
He's okay. No, he's good. He's a good dude. Good worker. Great body. Can't wait to work him soon.
Nice. All right. There's a kid that I think came out of Creative Pro, TJ Crawford. Did you wrestle? You wrestled him recently, right?
We worked a couple of times actually.
Okay. He's pretty good, man.
I had fun with him. It was at Improving Grounds in Peabody, and we just had like a couple, like a good spot, and it was just so fluid. And it was like, what do you want to do? I was like, we'll have fun.
Yeah, that kid is really, really talented. It was funny because I was watching him on Chaotic Reloaded, and Chase's online and stuff, and I said, oh my God, he reminds me of my buddy Ref Hansen from down to Jersey All Pro in the early Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
And Chase is like, that's an insult. And I'm like, no, it's not. Sean's one of my best friends. All right, how about Titus?
Titus? Good.
Yeah.
I like him.
Okay. Derek Conway.
Never seen him really work, so I really can't really say.
Okay.
So,
I know you wrestled this guy, and I actually just met him a couple months ago. Big Pat Garrett, a football player.
Yes, we actually, funny story. We worked in Baker's show, and then we didn't realize we used to play football for like 6 years because I used to
together
play
or
against each other.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
So it was funny. I was like, "What?"
He's a big dude, huh?
Yeah, he was like, "Dude, you played for the Generals?" I'm like, "Yeah." Like, you were that DN? I was like, "You were that tackle?" Because we didn't know we almost fought each other.
Damn, that would have been a good fight. Good luck. Pat's a huge dude.
I was
man.
like, I thought about it. I'm not taking this out.
And here's a guy that's been around a long time. And I actually, at the same night I met Pat, I met this guy, Congo Kong.
I had a blast working with him. I had a blast. I would love to work him again.
I'd love to see him go everywhere. Kid's talented, man.
Yeah, he is for a big dude. He is.
Yeah.
I had a blast with him.
Sean Candido.
Had a awkward guy, but had fun with him when I used to work back in like early showcase shows.
Okay. Eric Johnson up in Maine.
All right, hand man. We're still tag team champions, so let's
Nice.
wrestle. Longest champions before AGN.
Is Let's Wrestle coming back? Or is it
Soon.
Okay, I was going to
Soon.
say, yeah.
Yeah, and
Nice.
I cannot wait.
Okay. You brought this guy up earlier, an early member of down the Bell Time Club, Dan Terry, who hit me up and thought I was Manny McCheese.
We don't know who Manny McCheese is. He's like,
We can talk off air.
oh, I cannot wait. This is like an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Whoo, daddy.
Kelvin Strange. It's Kelvin, right? Not Calvin, right?
That
Kelvin.
was Calvin Strange.
Oh, Calvin. Okay.
He was my debut match in Limitless.
Oh, okay.
It was at the Hollis Pirate Show. And unfortunately, my car died. And I thought my whole tranny died, but it was like the ground of the battery.
Right.
So he's like, "I'll drop you off to have the match." And it was like 60 people because it was a fair.
Yep.
And that's how I got booked for Randy.
Nice. Okay. You said, I didn't know his nickname was Slug. Jason Rumble.
No, Jason, that's not
Oh,
Slugger.
all right. Sorry,
That's
Jay.
Rob.
Well,
That's Rob.
Rob.
Homeless Harry.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry, Jay.
That's not me. That's
No,
on
it was
him.
me.
That's
Well,
on
you
him.
said- he said
I don't want to
Jay.
hear a phone call. I don't want a phone call saying I called you son.
No, listen.
saying that right.
You're right. Because you said Jason Rumble and then you said Slug. I took it wrong. That's why I was like, you know what I mean? I was knowing him as Jay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jay. Don't kill me when you see me. Hard-working guy, man. Dante Luna.
Great guy. And I saw his documentaries. I met so many people because of him. He's a great dude.
Yeah, he is a great guy.
I have no ill will from him.
Is there going to be wrestling at Fenway this year? Have you heard? I haven't heard anything.
I haven't heard anything either.
Oh, man, I should look into that. I'd love to.
Yes.
I can't wait for them to bring it back again. You can't talk about the Bell Time Club without talking about Bo Douglas.
Bo's, my daddy sensei Bo, the right-hand man. Like, the things that he used to say to me in practice, I say in class, at football practice.
Right.
He used to say, do as I say, not as I do. I did the same thing and just sat there, halftime sitting like, I can't believe I said that. I can't believe I said that. I can't believe I said that. But no, he's a good mentor. Without those guys, like I said, Jay and Bo and all them, I wouldn't be in the area I am right now.
Right. Nice.
So,
And Benny Jukes.
great guy. Right-hand man on the road.
Incredible in the ring. I went to the show, the UFO show, that had Alec took on Benny, and also Dickinson took on Malonis. So after the Dickinson-Malonis match, I said to my friend, who's going to top that?
Yeah.
Benny and Alex, no lie, that night stole the show. That's the first night I said to my friend, that kid's going to be real good, man. We already knew Benny was good.
Yeah.
You know? It was incredible to see. I think you've wrestled this guy a few times, and I don't know who he is myself. So, Sidewalk Slam.
Oh, Pelly. He's a great dude. He's from Canada. He's from Nova Scotia. Great dude. Knows a lot. He's a writer. And when I was going up to Canada a few times, I worked him. And we had easy matches.
Nice.
Easy, fun matches. And we just beat the piss out of each other.
Here's another guy I'd like to see booked around here a little bit more. I don't know if he wants to be booked around here a lot more. Bam Shaw.
I miss him. Yeah, I used to work.
So he's not wrestling at all anymore?
I have no idea.
Right.
I think he's just working and stuff like that.
Yeah.
My second match with him was at Big Time. It was in Maine with Vader.
Okay.
When we worked John the Bomb, I think. And that was me and his was right before, and we had fun.
Right.
I think it was like 1,500 people in the Portland arena.
Yep. Awesome. All right, now I'm going to bring these guys up because it'll be the first time I ever brought up former WWE guys in 2 shows in a row with people that wrestled them. You team with Mr. TA to take on the Nasty Boys. Now, how is that? And his knobs is turned up as like I would think he is at all times.
If you remember those old school like sound systems, like sound like and people just sit there going like that, that's just amped it up by like 12.
Yeah. And Sags isn't as hyper though.
He is passive aggressive. I'm like, what? We was talking about football for like 2.5 hours. Just see knobs like, look at this. I'm like,
Did you have to take the armpit?
I took the armpit. We beat the piss. He's like, is this because my first like hardcore match?
Yeah.
He's like, hit me for real.
Yeah.
Like, 320, bro. Like, all right. So there's a picture of me just Hail Marying him with the trash can. Then I'm wobbling like away from him. I see Bo. He's like, go around. So I go around. He throws the trash can somehow just over the ring. I land like hole first, and I fell while running away from him.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's a real pro.
Yeah.
All right, Jack Maverick, a guy that when I would see Jack would either be at New England Championship Wrestling or Big Time Wrestling.
I worked at Big Time Wrestling in Webster.
He's real good.
First match, I think it was like 800 people, and it was a huge crowd. That's how I was driving with Two Code. It was Two Code, Ivar,
Yeah, Todd.
Ken Shamrock,
Wow.
and like Mickey James, and like 2 other people, and and Mr. Fabulous. And we all went to the had a match. They liked my match. We all went to Mr. Fabulous. We're gonna go to Carl Lewis. All right. So I was like the quiet one. I didn't know what to do. She was like, get whatever you want. I was like, D3, which is like the Turbo Cows chickens, was like $9. She's like, so Sab was like, you better get a twin lobster. And like,
Okay, yeah, because he told you to get whatever you
I
want.
was like, okay. So I was like, 2 twin lobsters, please.
That is awesome. That leads me to this. You've worked a lot for Big Time. You just threw a few guys out there that that you've met through there. Anybody that like, I would be shocked like how you like hit it off with so much. And one other thing, were you there when Kane was there signing autographs? Did you work on that show? Because I couldn't go that night.
Was that the?
I think that was Webster Hall.
Yes, I was. It was him, Godfather,
Wow.
Mick Foley, and I think Jake the Snake. Yeah.
That's wild.
I didn't realize how big Mick Foley was. I'm like, oh, okay.
Did you get a chance to like meet
I talked
Kane?
to him, yeah.
That's cool.
Because I worked Cousin Larry.
Right. That's
why.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we already talked about Larry. Jimmy Preston. Now talk about another guy turned all the way up, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. You need a boombox with him.
He was a credible baseball player, too.
He was.
Tim Lennox.
Great kid. He was my travel buddy in Canada. He trained with me in Beltime too. He started to come back at NCW too.
Oh,
so
good.
Glad I'm happy.
That was a follow-up as if he was coming back.
He's coming.
So nice. Slam Dance, right?
Slam-
That's what his Slam Dance, Tim
I
Lennox.
think he has something new for everyone.
Oh, cool.
So you should watch NCW.
All right. Tommy Mack. I know you wrestled him once, at least.
He's like Adam Sandler with tats. And we got along fine. We worked once at IWE. We got along fine. But yeah, we only had like a few interactions, but it was good.
Nice. Talk about me in wrestling, you have to say Ace Romero.
Fun guy. Funny story. So earlier, a while ago, I was his first match at IWE, and he was with like him and Roadblock. And he was talking about that like exciting. He was like, remember like my first match? I'm like, what was it? I was like, was it you? I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. And great dude. He the most agile big man you ever seen in your life.
I remember when he went viral with that Pounce video. I was so happy for him, man. And now look from that, he went
that was
everywhere.
Chris Hamlick that got pounced.
What's that?
I think that was Chris Hamlick that got pounced.
Maybe it was. Slick Wagner Brown.
Oh, he's my wrestling dad.
Nice.
I want him to know that. Happy Father's Day, Dad. But no, he was like the first influence watching and begin my wrestling career.
Right.
So.
Great guy. I've known Slick a very long time, and unfortunately, I don't like to travel a lot. You know what I mean?
It's a weird.
So I went to
down.
one show, but I got to get back down there again because I had
have
a blast, man. It was a good time. Mr. T.A. Terry Allen.
Terry Allen. Didn't know he was a graphic designer. We got along because he was like, I'm a video game designer.
Right.
Like, he's like, oh, what's your major? Sports management? I'm like, wrong. I was like no, it's graphic video game design. I was like, really? I was like, yeah. I went to school at Becker because it's closing now, unfortunately.
Right.
But yeah, I went to school for video game design and computer animation. So we got along during the trips, like so.
Nice. We already talked about Alec Bryce. Vern Vicalo.
Vern, I want to work him. Never worked him.
Get healthy, Vern.
Heal up, brother.
Heal up, no doubt. All right. Let's talk about some of the women in New England wrestling. Davian.
She's always been on top of her game. I've known her since I started.
Nice.
So she's doing what she needs to be doing.
All right. Ava Everett.
She's in Florida now.
Yep.
She's doing phenomenal.
But she comes back for the limitless shows, right?
And she's a great person.
Right.
You can actually have a full-blown conversation with her, and you can laugh and just joke around, and she's just a fun-spirited person.
Her personality is coming out huge in her promos and stuff. It's really cool to watch. It's cool to see someone keep climbing. You know what I mean? It's really awesome. How about her old tag team partner in the Platinum Honeys, Angel Sinclair?
She, it's a funny story. I kind of saw like WWE kind of copyright one of her.
Really?
Yeah, if you see the Mandy Rose and her and they're like the Stan Cara Fabio, it's kind of weird.
Oh yeah.
But no, she, we actually did a couple of shows up in Maine a while ago, and she's a great person too.
And she's in the tag team now.
Yeah.
With Savannah Lords.
Yes.
So
good
that's
for
really
them.
cool. They've been. I do the concessions at APW, so I've been seeing them up there and stuff. So it's been
Good,
great.
good.
They have a great. It's a hardcore match. The two of them, Savannah Lords and Angel Sinclair, FAFO, versus Widow Belmont and Vanity Vixen.
That's actually gonna be a good match.
It's gonna be really good.
That's gonna be a banger.
Could steal the show.
That might be a banger. I don't know.
Definitely. How about Becca?
Becca's doing great. Great. I saw her when she was beginning, and from the road, she's doing fantastic. So good
Nice.
for her.
All right. Let's see who else we got up here in New England for what's her name? Have you been following at all, like the chaotic stuff? Oh God, why is this? That's happening now.
That's okay,
I like
Rach.
Armani Chaos and Penelope Paradise.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yeah, I like that tag team. I saw them on the
They're
road.
doing really well, man.
And don't forget the Sea Stars.
Oh, the Sea Stars, of course.
Congratulations on your hard work out there. Keep up the good work.
Delmy Exmo, right? And Ashley Vox. Now, Ashley had a big match up at Limitless against MJF. I'm not gonna lie to you, I can't backtrack. I wasn't a big fan of that match.
I was, because it told a story.
Right. Okay, no, I hear you. And I'm not saying I'm always right. I just found it strange that MJF kept throwing her into the crowd. With the way people assumed, hopefully that they were all plants, obviously. So.
Well, you think about that crowd reaction.
Right.
What are you going to do if the crowd's not
Well,
paying
and the
attention?
crowd reacted great. I think I might have been the only one that wasn't happy with it, to be honest with you, you know? But I don't know. I'm more like when I see a guy that's as strong and built like that, I would have loved to have seen him wrestle Davey in that night.
Yeah.
That's all. It's nothing against Ashley Vox. It was the size. I just didn't get it. That's
David and
all.
Goliath. That's
Yep.
all you have to think
Yep.
about, man.
And then they did great.
Exactly.
All right. How about we'll go with Delilah Hayden.
I never seen it work like that, so really don't know.
Okay. Let's bring out some other people from the Bell Time Club that I know associated at least with them. Big Bear Matuch.
Great dude. Works hard. I haven't seen him work in a while since the pandemic and stuff like that.
Right.
So
Wasn't Paul Richard down there for a while?
yes, Papa Paul helped us out when he was working with NECW and stuff like that. It's because we was doing the ring crew and some of the guys were working
Right.
for him and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay. Is there anybody else I'm missing from the Bell Time Club that I should have wrote down?
Mike McCarthy.
Yep.
Who else? Mike McCarthy. Tim. We got Dan. We got Mullen.
Gabriel Danger.
Yes, and for his I'm not even gonna say disability.
Right.
His autism. It's fantastic.
Yep. I had him right there, him and his dad, Gary.
He is proving everyone wrong
Nice.
with the spectrum. And
Nice.
that's actually a good thing to see.
And he works hard.
He does.
You cannot tell me you don't work hard. You see him lifting those weights, those videos.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Let's talk about a few more promoters. Sheldon Goldberg.
Sean Grober, I saw him a couple of times. I saw him in Shut Up and Wrestle and started talking to him. He's like, last time he saw me, he said I look good because I lost a lot of weight. He's like the New England historian.
Nice.
He's
Yes.
like
He definitely is.
He's like the librarian of New England wrestling.
Right. No doubt. House of Bricks, Brickhouse Baker.
The uncle of everyone's uncle.
Right.
He's like that drunk uncle. Like, let me tell you a story. I'm like, I can't wait.
This is going to be a good one. How about Sonny Roselli? You
Sonny?
ever work with Sonny?
I worked with Sonny. He bailed me out once.
Yeah.
So I was in IWA for like beginning of my years, and there was this fan who called me the N-word. So I smacked his beard. I reacted was like, what?
Yeah.
I smacked his beard, hit him in the face. So it was. I didn't know the same happened. That Tony out was like pissed at someone and choking him out. So the cops were called by him. So all you hear is two big black guys causing a riot at a family restaurant. I go in, I'm saying like, I have a record, I work at a group home, this sucks, I'm getting myself arrested in Maine, I don't have AAA, I don't have bail money. They come in, they see Tony, they take pictures, they forget about the whole conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, he's like, what happened to you? He's like, oh, some guy called me in. He's like, all right, cool. Walked away.
Nice.
And I just looked at Tony. I was like, a little bit came out.
All right. How about John Casey?
John Casey.
Doing great things with
He is.
NCW.
I want to work for him. And every single time I try to work for him, something happens.
You haven't worked? I thought you worked for him.
I think I worked once.
Oh, okay.
And every single time it happened, like the car accident, and like recently, my wheel hub broke on my car. So I hit click, 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 click.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think I can drive to Denham. I was like,
I definitely got to make it down to one of his
I'm
shows soon.
I'm going to go down next show.
Nice. Listen, we got a minute left. Do you want to plug your social media or anything?
Yes. Instagram, JackDaddy73. Brandino Davis on Facebook. And on Twitter is JackDaddy73. Follow me, like me. And I'm going to do some like promotions of like selling some merch. And speaking of merch,
Yes.
got you this little invitation. It's a medium.
That's all right.
Got you this one.
Thank you, bud.
And you can't be, rocking that with the Jack Daddy of all
Brother,
trades.
I'm putting this on right now.
Put it on. Look at that.
Look at that.
Look like a true Bostonian.
No doubt.
Now you need your coffee.
That's it. I'm good to go. But sorry, Mama, I am on the Shantex. I'd like to say the other thing, but I won't because I'm a big fan of Snoop Dogg, but not the music. That's all I'll say.
Say no more.
Yeah, not
Say
the
no more.
music. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I get you.
We've got 50. I'm like you though. I like all kinds of music. I like pretty much anything. I can listen to rap. I can listen to hip hop. I'm a classic rock though, more than anything else.
You gotta listen to some classic rock. Some Blue Orchid.
That's it. All right, guys, we're out. Peace. Hi, guys. I hope you're enjoying the show. Listen, I could use a little help to grow my YouTube channel. So if you could please like, share, and subscribe. That's most importantly, subscribe. Send me a direct message, and I'll give you a shout out here on the show. My YouTube channel is real simple. It's just my name, Leo Connors. Thanks in advance. Peace.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.